Hey guys, I was listening to Fox News today and I heard one of the best interviews I have heard for a very, very long time. It was worthwhile because the host, Neil Cavuto, wasn't letting the guests control the narrative. Additionally, it was very instructive on how the Democrats pretend to be neutral and fair, all the while clearly intending to advance false and undemonstrated claims against the president. Neil was interviewing Sylvia Garcia, a congresswoman from my home state of Texas. I think it'll be obvious which party she caucuses for. During the interview, she sat there and she bottom dealed and second dealed, but absolutely refused to deal straight from the top of the deck. She is the quintessential example of what the Democrat Party has become. She is false and she is deceitful. Let's go to the interview, and I will stop it a few times to add some of my commentary.
Well, you just heard Republican Congressman Stubbe say that terrorists are given more due process than the President of the United States, particularly this President of the United States. My next guest disagrees. Texas Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia also sits on the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman, very good to have you. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you for having me.
First of all, what do you think of that? What he's saying is it's a packed court.
Neil asked her if she thinks it's a packed court. Now, let me make a little sense out of this. He had just interviewed a gentleman who said that the hearings were stacked against the president, that it was really unfair. It would be like a packed and stacked court. Rather than address this or admit to the obvious answer, which is yes, she tries to lay the blame on President Trump. She says he is an uncooperative stonewaller with disdain for the process. In other words, it is a packed court, it is a stacked court, but there is no way she's going to admit it.
Well, I don't think it's a packed court. I think it's someone who's just stonewalling and doesn't want to cooperate and shows nothing but disdain and disrespect for the process. The process has been there. He should have been able to present his side of the story and ask some questions. This last week, he has the same opportunity that he's declined again to come on Monday. So I think it's been open, and he's just not cooperated, and he's just apparently doesn't believe in transparency.
Wow. She says he obviously does not believe in transparency. Holy cow. I think she was really referring to Adam Schiff, but got the players mixed up. Pencil Neck Schiff is the one that held the secret witness interviews in a secure basement location with only the witnesses he wanted and only the questions asked that he approved. Trump, on the other hand, handed out complete transcripts of the calls in question. Other than that, the president is choosing not to appear in front of a kangaroo court run by clowns, fresh out of the circus clownmobile, who have adjudicated him guilty from before the time he was even sworn into office.
All right, maybe he is sensing, Congresswoman, that it wouldn't be fair in the House. If it comes to an impeachment in the House, he says, let's just go through it, do it, get it done. I'll take my chances in the Senate. What do you think of that?
Well, I think what's not fair is him not coming forward and presenting his case. I mean, the Republicans will be there on Monday. They will present their case. He had the opportunity to do that. He's declined it. And I think that's just patently unfair to the American people.
What is patently unfair to the American people is a House of Representatives that has squandered 3 years trying to remove a duly elected president. A House of Representatives that has wasted tens of millions of taxpayer dollars. A House that has sat on bipartisan legislation that would benefit all Americans on both sides of the political spectrum. This includes things such as the trade deal between the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, and forcing Big Pharma to lower drug costs, especially for our older Americans who are on fixed incomes. All of this simply because our president was not malleable, could not be molded, and had ideas for policy that did not fit their desires.
When you have a president who has put our national security at risk, who has undermined our elections and has abused his power, people need to know what really happened. And I think the president can shed a lot on this. And if he thinks he's done nothing wrong, you've got nothing to hide, well, great, come forward and show us.
I love this next comment from Neil. This so-called representative of the people is clearly biased and just pronounced the president guilty.
All right, you've already charged and impeached him, haven't you?
I'm sorry?
You've already charged and impeached him already, haven't you?
Now, watch her face. The deer in the headlights look. She just got called out. She's used to softball interviews from hosts that are sympathetic to her drivel and would not call it crap if they had a mouthful. Then she tries to deflect from what she just said to make it appear as if she is impartial and open to making up her mind once she hears the evidence, which there is none of.
No, there's been no articles of impeachment yet, sir. We've not charged him and he's not been impeached.
But you've already said he's interfered in our elections. You already said that. So I'm just saying, would I be shocked if you voted against impeachment?
Has she even been present at these hearings? All of the Democrats and their so-called fact witnesses and their faux constitutional expert law professors have already pronounced him guilty in the absence of any actual facts. They say he's guilty of bribery, extortion, contempt of Congress, abuse of power, and so on. Did she miss her fearless leader saying she had instructed her House leaders to move forward with articles of impeachment? Or is she just a damn liar?
I've not decided. I am actually one of those that takes this very, very seriously. I mean, I did not come to Congress to impeach the president. I didn't come to Congress to have to sit through these type of hearings. I mean, I'm just a country kid from South Texas who believes in the American dream and believes in our democracy and the Constitution.
I have not decided. What compels her to lie? Does she think it makes her sound more fair? Does she look in the mirror every morning and say, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? It's me, it's me." No, she does not want to be fair, and she certainly does not want the truth. Why?
You can't handle the truth.
I'm a former judge. I've taken an oath of office many times, and I know what it means. It means that you raise your right hand and you say that you promise to protect the laws of my state, Texas, and those of the United States.
That is the actual definition they use on the judge job description.
We have a duty and a responsibility to move forward, and we will. I will be open. I will hear all the evidence on Monday. I will listen to both sides, and then we'll contemplate, and if we need to do articles of impeachment, we will.
Then we will impeach no matter what, because we can't stop this train we set into motion until it destroys everything in front of it.
Do you think that the environment we're in right now with a strong economy, strong markets, the president saying you impeach me, you all but impeach that, is that a valid argument? I think that was very similar to the argument Bill Clinton was making and his people at the time the impeachment process was going on around him a couple of decades ago, that was all in peril if he was heaved out of office. What do you think of that?
Well, I don't think that the economy is driven just by who is at the White House. The economy is driven by many, many factors, and I know some are arguing that it's never been better and jobs are there and the unemployment rate is down.
Okay, the prototypical Democrat response to the booming economy. He didn't build that.
But I think if you go to my district and you find so many people that have to work 2 jobs just to maintain their families.
Yeah, why do so many people have to work 2 jobs in her district? Could it be because she's too busy trying to destroy our republic rather than doing constructive things like passing the USMCA, the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, which would benefit all North American workers, including those in her district.
All right, so when you see the timing, I don't know, you know better than I, Congressman, about how the vote will ultimately go once out of Judiciary Committee and then for a full vote in the House if it gets that far. We're told that will be around the weekend before Christmas. Kind of awkward timing, don't you think?
Well, you know, apparently you have better sources than I do.
Apparently he does, because she doesn't seem to have any clue as to what is going on. Okay, so that's just a small example of what you can see if you decide to check out the news on the various channels. Once again, you have to be willing to look, to listen, to learn, and to make decisions for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, ring that bell, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I have to say, I've had a steady decline in subs ever since I started putting out these videos, which, as I said in the walking away videos, I expected that was going to happen. But please help me get them back up. I would really love to hit 1,000 viewers by my birthday in March. That would be a great birthday present. Thanks. Oh yeah, please share if you think it's worth sharing.